Please be advised that the views and opinions of the host and guests do not reflect those of the station, the management, and its network.
And you guys are still watching Millennial TV. Kanina, we talked about what inspires you to be a better person. And because of that, gusto ko lang malaman what's one thing you're working on yourself. Sino kaya? Ikaw, Chris. Ano yung pinaka-isang wino-workout na talaga sa sarili mo?
Sa akin, at this age kasi, I'm still trying to figure out my weakness. I keep my eyes open. Pero, alam ko sa sarili ko, yung inner strength ko can't be broken.
Wow!
Lalim, puta.
Napaka-mysterious mo talaga. Ano, parang hindi mo may isipan na naisip niya yun.
Ako sa reaction.
Nasa puso niya yun.
Yeah, I mean, very, very deep.
Diba?
Yung yung workout ko, yung weakness. Kasi,
Kalat nitong...
no weaknesses.
I have no
Abaya.
weaknesses. Parang
Mysterious
very,
weakness.
very Superman.
Oo.
I'm still working out on my discipline. Kasi parang, syempre di ba, parang for example, in the age of social media right now, parang I lose focus talaga. Like for example, I'm working, and then mabalayan ko na lang. Parang, cellphone na ako parang it consumes a lot of my time. Which shouldn't be the case because, you know, it affects your productivity. So gusto ko na parang makapag-focus ako. And, you know, a lot of successful people, ang isa sa mga parang pinaka-strength nila ay yung ability to focus. Yun. How about you guys? Yun ang aking discipline. Kasi parang may nabasa rin ako na, for example, parang they're saying na parang a lot of people strive for motivation or look for motivation before they can do things or before they accomplish things. But for me kasi, motivation is fleeting eh. Kasi it's a feeling. So one day you're motivated, you know, next day you're not. So para ako pa rin, discipline pa rin talaga will get you through. Even if you're not in the mood, even if you feel bad, even if you're surrounded by people you don't like, pero because of your discipline, you will still be able to do things. Ganon.
Wow!
Ganon. Very siya, deep.
ikaw sa
Ako marami akong wino-workout sa sarili ko. But, I think the way I respond to things, kasi very impulsive ako, so hindi ako masyado nag-iisip kung ano yung nasasabi ko or nagagawa ko. So, sometimes I hurt other people, not physically, but like with what I
Mas
say,
careless
ganon.
ka.
Oo,
Padalos
careless
na
ako.
halos, ganun.
I think it means din sa pagiging Capricorn na parang
bakit ako?
Nakakatawa yung mga...
Ako rin namang Capricorn, pero...
Capricorn ako, pero parang alam ko,
You believe
may
that?
sometimes
Diba?
na wala akong pake sa kanila
Yeah.
as long as you voice out your
Okay.
opinions. Ganun.
Because I'm also a Capricorn, pero I mean, it's just funny kasi ako I don't really believe in astrology and all that stuff, but you know, sometimes it's just fun to remove the accountability from yourselves. Like, you know, if you do this and that, because I'm a Capricorn, or because I'm a Scorpio, because she's
nakita ko yung shinare niya na yun.
Oh, yeah,
Parang,
yung-
sorry, I'm asparagus.
Yeah. Sometimes, but you know, scientifically kasi parang the stars don't really care about us.
Yeah.
So, how about you?
Again, being the weirdo of the show, I do believe, I'm not saying maniwala kayo
In
sa
astrology?
astrology or zodiac.
You believe
pero
it?
I do
Okay.
believe the stars affect the way things happen in our world.
Yeah, we agree to disagree. Okay, why do you believe so?
No, I mean it in a more scientific way than it is ascribing to something abstract.
What's
Kasi,
what's your sign?
Virgo. And again,
Okay.
and again,
That's why.
I don't read up.
Just kidding, you know. That's my
I always get that.
That's my conversation starter whenever I ask for birthday. Like for example, November 16. Oh, you're a Scorpio, that's why. And then they would be conscious, diba? Or they would be curious, why? Like, what do you know about us? And then that's flirting 101.
Yun naman pala, may underlying.
No, yeah. Kasi what are you going to talk about, diba? So, zodiac sign, and some people are very narcissistic that they love talking about themselves. They love describing their personalities. They love when people assess them or give them feedback with, in terms of like first impressions or something.
Totoo. Well, speaking of pagiging, sinabi mo kanina, medyo impulsive ka, yun yung gusto mo i-work out sa self mo. Do you think, guys, na bad behavior is really part of a person's personality or character?
Marami kasi siyang for me, maraming factors. People are not born bad. Like, evil are not born, they are made. So, it could affect your, maraming factors, like, the surroundings, people you surround yourself with, who raised you, your experiences, if you've been hurt or if you've been abused or something. So we tend to do things. Okay, there are so many reasons why people do things. Why people do things the way they do things, if that makes sense. Yeah.
Makes sense.
So do you think it's part of a person's personality?
Maraming factors for me. Nagiging part siya.
Kung pinalakihan.
Yeah.
Feeling ko it's part, but it's parang wag natin alisin na people can change.
Yeah, correct.
Tapos ayoko rin yung argument ng ibang tao na, bakit ba ganito ko eh?
Yeah.
Hello.
Parang just accept me or not.
You can do better, di ba?
Yeah. Feeling ko self-awareness. So sometimes we are toxic as well. And that's why it's important to surround yourself with people who can be honest with you. Who will be able to put you in your place. So parang, you're crossing the line or you're overstepping boundaries already.
Yes.
Not people na who will just, stroke your ego na hindi ka i-correct or will not give you feedback, because that's the road to not growing, I think. Yung mga narcissists, nagiging narcissistic, abusive. So, yun. Naniniwala ka ba na for you to get along with someone, kailangan mo muna ma-observe or malaman kung ano yung kanyang bad side nila or ano ba to, yung parang evil side nila?
Red flags.
Makikita mo naman
Mga red flags.
Pwede mo ba
Makikita mo naman
maiwasan
talaga yung mga
yun?
bad side kung hindi mo pampaksamahan. Diba?
And for me, lalabas siya eventually. So that's why it's important to spend time with people, meet them, talk to them, kaysa yung makipag-chat ka lang dyan. Kasi best foot forward tayo lagi on social media, or it's easier to hide our true colors. Virtually.
Parang ang pangit rin kasing pakinggan na parang kailangan mo muna i-observe. So parang you're waiting for something to happen na parang mali. Or, bad behavior.
Yeah. I think it should come naturally. Like for example, go to the restaurant, observe mo lang yung, or parang pay attention to, how people behave, like, are they bad-mouthing other people, because there's a chance that when you're not around, they will do that to you as well. Or, do they tip the waiter, or do they treat the janitor right? Do they, things like that. And for me kasi empathy, that's something that you cannot fake. When people ask you, kumain ka na? Or paano ka uwi? Kumusta ka na? That is something na very natural. So that's an indication that, that person is a kind person for me. Hindi mo siya parang scripted. Or something. What else? Tango ka ng tango dyan, ba?
Sorry nasa listening mode ako today versus other episodes. Kasi diba, nasa discussion tayo ng what are you working on? What is your philosophy? And hindi ko naman tinatago. I'm pretty shaken up right now.
Yeah.
So marami akong
This is why we have the show. We learn a lot.
Na hindi ko alam. What am I working on? What am I trying to fix with myself right now? Kasi yun nga medyo hard reset ako with what happened to me. Kaya
Yeah.
I've really just been taking in what everybody's been saying today. So mas
But it's really interesting,
Oo.
di ba? Na parang, sometimes when people watch the show, feeling ko inisip nila, mga know-it-all naman itong mga parang, they just say it because, my script, or parang, it's easier said than done. Like, hello,
Yes, hello,
what is
experiences
not?
namin to.
Correct. And then, pero kasi, like, for example, very diverse kami. Like, my personality is very outspoken, very expressive.
Yes.
Chris is very quiet. But when you talk to Chris, I mean, parang you will be mind blown na parang, okay,
Malalim,
that's
very deep.
that's your take. Joaqui is, as messy as he is, he's making a lot of sense most of the time. Yeah, some days. Yeah, that's the fun part, or that's the exciting part of being on a show like this. Na parang it's just kitchen table talk. Na parang
Yeah.
we can freely share our experiences, our opinions about things. Okay.
Ako, I just wanna chime in lang din a little bit on whether human beings are good-natured or bad-natured by default. Ako kasi ang long story short ko dyan is, especially from someone that's taken a few units of philosophy, humility aside, hindi naman nagtuturo ang mga philosophy classes ng what you should believe
Correct.
or what you shouldn't believe. From the time I've been studying philosophy, it's really understanding, yun nga, ano ba ang nature ng humans? Ano ba ang nature ng humans with other people? Ano ba ang nature ng human beings with society?
Yeah.
Ano ba ang nature ng humans with God or the divine?
Yeah.
And it's only when you start having an understanding of how you as a human work in society, can you actually make sense of what's good and bad? Kasi tama ka eh. Maraming mga magja-justify na, bakit ganito ako?
Correct.
Bakit ganyan ako? But if you really wanna be able to answer lang, kasi akin masyadong vague kasi yung good or bad eh. But I guess it comes with deeper understanding lang of how you work as a human being and how you as a human being relates to other people. So, this show.
Now, speaking of that, how do people get along given that we have differences? Differences in terms of, race, beliefs, political views, religious views, whatever, race. How do people just, for example, us, we have different experiences, struggles. How do people get along? Like parang in a reality show, you would observe na paano sila nagsasama-sama dyan? Or paano nila natitake ang isa't isa?
It's
How do
really hard
people get
question.
Yeah.
Eto, balik tayo sa mga topic natin sa mga, yun nga, what do you do at work? What do you do with your families? Meron talagang mga taong, I think nga, baliktad eh. I think it's, mas madalas ka makakakita ng mga tao na you have differences with versus finding people na you actually
Similar,
get along with. Which is why it's very, very special to meet like a friend or a group of friends na nagkakaintindihan kayo. Kasi, yun nga eh, chances are talaga you are gonna be thrust into a situation na marami kang mga, hindi naman makakaaway, pero definitely, hindi mo sila kilala. So, there's a good chance na hindi agad-agad magtutugma yung mga ugali niyo. And yun nga, there lies in yung topic today na how you are as a human being and how you let the innate goodness in you come out.
How about you girls? Like for example, you're surrounded by people that you don't really like or you don't really agree with.
Ako kasi if I found someone na different from me, I just accept it. Na okay, you're like that and I'm like this. I mind my own business. I don't try to...
How about you, Yulavai?
Ako din, parang wapakil lang.
As long as you're not negatively affecting me
if
or...
it's your friend or family, of course you have to say something na...
Yes.
Pero pag if it's someone that I don't know, okay, I respect it.
Respect is the key word, respect, I think, and love, or kaya naman parang just be civil, be civilized, be adults. Pag kids kasi, di ba, parang, pag kids parang, I don't like them, or something like that. You're very stubborn. Pero kasi when you are mature, that's the true measure of maturity, when you can compose yourselves and act the way you should act, even if you're surrounded by people who are judging you or people you don't really like.
Yeah.
I think that's it.
Kasi naman awayan mo sila, di ba?
Yeah, hello, kung matanda ka na, alam mo, kung matanda ka na, parang
Oo.
there's no point of like,
Yeah.
fighting someone, you know, you just pay them dust, consider them dead.
Alam mo, para lang mag-balance, no? Baka sabihin nila sobrang bait natin, sobrang scripted, no? Alam mo, we need to devote an episode naman. Feeling ko, what we can share, yung mga times na nag-meltdown tayo,
Yes.
or when we reacted inappropriately to a
Yan.
certain
Yan.
situation.
Let's play a game na lang
Oo.
na what would you do? Ganyan.
Or what have you done?
Okay.
Oo,
Sige,
baliktad.
That is something that you have to look forward sa mga next episode
Yeah.
natin. Diba, Chris?
Yes,
Okay.
ayan. Kayo ba mga ka-millennials, if you could live forever, ano ang gagawin nyo sa buhay? At we'd like to hear that from you by giving us your answers. You can comment or message us on our Facebook page, YouTube channel. Just search GNN Millennial TV. Don't forget to follow, like, and subscribe. And thank you again for supporting Millennial TV. I am Chris Abaya together with hindi pa pinakikilalang si Yurbay Polak. Hindi ba napakilala? Ang ating
Oo
sweet
nga eh.
sunshine.
Tawa kasi
Ayan.
kami ng tawa. Sweet
Ayan.
sunshine ng Paranaque.
At ang ating model next door, si Sarah Padilla Lim.
Hi, guys.
At ang ating Real Talk Master, si M.A. Buendia. At si Tribal Chief, si JOAQUI Mendoza. Ayan, see you guys again next week.
Thank you, at ako, hindi ako magpapayag next week nang hindi tayo nagpapakilala agad ng ng buong name. So Mark Alvin,
No, don't do it.
the Real Talk Master. At next week, ire-reveal ko na rin
Napakatikas.
yung real name ko. Kaya stay tuned, no? Every Sundays at 8 p.m. Golden Nation Network or GSAT Channel 1. So guys, we really had fun. See you guys again here on
Millennial TV, this is our time!